welcome back to the channel. Well, from the highs of the last episode with the Z650, when it actually fired up, it sounded terrible, it smelled disgusting, to the lows of this episode. As I said in the previous episode, I got it running. I just had pieces of fabric cable tied on the back just to hold the suction, and as you saw, it fired up. I've now fitted the airbox, nothing has changed, and it now won't start, and that wiring is continuous. It's just really beyond me. I mean, I'll try and fire it over very quickly, but I'm wondering if I need to go back into the engine if something's actually broken inside. Yeah, so it's all rigged up how it was. Carbs haven't changed. In fact, from the previous episode to this episode, I flushed out the bowls because I wasn't really impressed with the fuel that was in there. Got some fresh fuel. I say, airbox is all up, it's all tightened in, there's no leaks, but it just keeps turning over. That's the noise. The question is, it's obviously coming from, I've had the starter motor out, that's all working perfectly. There's obviously a gear cog on the back of it that it connects into. Is that possibly throwing out the timing, which is why it now won't start? I say, because I've changed nothing. I've checked all the plugs, there's fuel getting into the plugs. I've checked all the wiring, the spark. Everything's doing as it did in the last episode. I've checked as much as I can check, and it just doesn't make sense that it ran. But as I say, if that gear that is missing, because obviously when the starter motor goes in you can see a half round gear it connects into. If it's somehow missing that, is it throwing the timing out on every revolution? I don't think there's much left in the battery. No. That's all it keeps doing, is just, it doesn't last very long. The battery's just... So like I say, for those of you that actually watched the last episode, yeah, it was up, it was running. Not brilliantly. I did check the plugs, I checked the leads. I think there was a slight loose in that one because it was this side that was warmish, that side was really hot. So that side was running properly, this side didn't seem to be. I've even tried the air screws, I've tried different settings on the air screws, and still nothing, but that whirring noise does make me nervous. So like I say, not really much to report. I've spent, I think it was probably 3 or 4 days it just sat in the garage. I was out here first thing today, fit the airbox back in, so obviously carbs out, gently lifted out and left down by the side, airbox back in, carbs back in, everything how it was. And as I say, I've been on this mostly all day and still nothing is making a difference. So if anybody's got any ideas, any suggestions of what that is, do I need to go back in the engine, which I really hope I don't have to, but to go from, as I say, to go from the highs of it running to the lows of nothing. I say, any ideas in the comments box below. If you haven't seen the previous episode, there's a link up in the corner to the previous episode of when it was running badly, but it was at least running, which is the best result I've had so far. I'm going to keep cracking on with this, see if I can get anywhere, but as I say, I appreciate all the feedback I can get on this, because it is just very, very confusing now. How it can go from something to nothing in the space of a few days, and it hasn't moved. It was just basically parked where it sat. But anyway, let me know. I really, really appreciate all the feedback I get. Right, well, I've now taken the airbox back out. So I've come back to this a few days after the first piece of footage you've seen, where the airbox was back in and it just wouldn't start. So the airbox has come back out. I put the pieces of rag back over. Nothing has changed with the carbs. I haven't touched anything. It seems to want to. But other than that, no. So I seem to be back to square one again. So we went from running badly, but at least it ran. I did check the fuses. I had blown a fuse. I replaced that. But no, since taking the carbs out, putting the airbox in, nothing. Taking the carbs back out, airbox back out, carbs back in. Haven't touched a setting, haven't touched anything, and it won't go. So I'm really, really miffed. It's, like I said, to go from actually running, which was so pleasing, and now I seem to have lost it all again. I say, I appreciate all the feedback and all the comments I've had. It has really helped. I've gone back through, I've checked stuff. The noise, yes, that's been clarified as it seems to be starter clutch, but it only seems to do it when a battery's sort of like getting low and draining. When the battery's fully charged, it doesn't seem to do it. So, well, I don't know. I'm not having a lot of luck with any bike at the moment. It's just this one ran and now doesn't. Still working on the Triumph, so let's say, let me know in the comments box below. As always, appreciate all your feedback, all your comments. It does help me. I do listen. You know, it takes me time to work things out. I do learn as I go, and you know, some things don't take me a little bit longer than usual. But let me know. I really, really appreciate it. As always, there's links to other videos at the end of this video. Appreciate your support. Keep hitting the like button, keep subscribing. The channel is growing, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Cheers. Bye.